We are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, top of the morning. Today, I got my large ice camera, and I got my two hash browns. Something like I want to drink orange juice when I finish my third workout. I'll be on my second after this. Work out all day, every day. It's my life. Welcome. Um, this is Danger Made. I cut down on the ketchup. I had some barbecue yesterday, a little bit of ranch. And that's it. I just started my day. A few errands to run. Um, I'm gonna try to do something nice for myself today. I'm trying to take myself out on a date. Like I did yesterday, I took myself to dinner. Yeah, maybe I might take myself out to dinner today. Think about it. Definitely gonna take myself out tonight. Okay? Try to figure out where I want to invite myself to. But before we get started, let's just start the day with a quick prayer, y'all. What you think? So get this down, get a little bit less of the glare. So thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings in our lives. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we can have because we're in the process again. And that journey, everything we do is in Amen. Um, Sabbatical has commenced. It was an amazing sabbatical for me. A lot of prayers, mellowed out, balanced out. The rehearsal yesterday was ridiculous. I taught a fucking music masterclass um, over 6 hours. It's on my YouTube. Go check it out. If you just want to zone out into music, that's the best way. Other than that, I'm gonna take frequent pauses because I'm still gathering my thoughts. As you know, I always start with the crispy one first. Let's try it. These are my favorite. Every day I'm learning more and more to do things for myself. You know? I have a lot of big plans for the future. I wrote to Mauricio, shout out to Mauricio Ruiz, one of my managers. Um, I reached out on YouTube, wrote to him on YouTube. I scheduled a meeting with my boy Beat on Wednesday. So I'm very excited. A lot has happened, a lot has changed since our last meeting. And, well, let me not assume. Let's see how this week develops. But I have plans. I have a newfound focus and purpose. You know what I mean? You take everything from there. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. So after my second, third workout, and it's the yacht club, and I work out again. Then I gotta run errands, so I'm gonna work out again. I'm just gonna work out in between. Like that's what I do every day. I'm just saying. Everything's good. my new life, you know what I mean? Very grateful, very appreciative, very humble. I have to deal with a lot. The markets are moving crazy. I don't have time to get to it for the moment. Maybe later on today. I have to focus and concentrate all my energy back on myself, as it should be. I deserve it, you know what I'm saying? I've been working really hard. So my perspective is no plan. Just keep moving forward. That's it. Keep moving forward. Keep building. And God blessed me yesterday. He multiplied everything that I touched. Everything that I touched. And I paid it forward equally, if not more, which is the right thing. I feel great about it. When I woke up this morning, I was like, wow, I had to clear up so many things just to give it to God's people. And God has so much for me to just replenish. Everything just replenish, you know. I have goals. There's things that I'm already planning ahead for the coming week. So I have a lot to think about. I have a lot to balance out, but I'm really looking forward to those goals, you know. I'm very goal driven, goal motivated, you know what I mean? In everything, like, you know what I'm saying? It could be the smallest thing. That rehearsal was needed, that music class was needed. It spanned so many different genres, and I added so many different things, you know, theme songs, movie clips, um, things from pop culture. But inside the masterclass, I inserted different elements of music just to showcase what my range is. My range is eternal, you know what I'm saying? It's infinite. So it was a magnificent opus. One of my best gatherings, just focused, zoned out, you know. I think that's what allows me to do what I'm able to do best. Is because I have so much love and respect for the founding fathers and mothers who paved the way for all artists. You know what I mean? I'm doing my best to adjust with things. You know, it can be a challenge to manage oneself, but it's mandatory. It comes with success. You have to handle it. Even something simple like pacing yourself. You know what I mean? Stepping out of yourself. Sometimes I don't want to talk about these things, digress about these things, or process these things, but it's mandatory because it's similar to a quote that I saw online. And shout out to the person who put it up. He said to just get creative, record your song, and put it out because somebody needs it. And it's true. Somebody in the world can relate to that song. You know? I do what I need to do and I let God handle the rest. That's it. What has shifted for me is like my perspective, the way I look at life. Certain things I'm just not willing to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Number one priority is my happiness. That's something I would never let the universe take away from me ever again. We'll see what doors God opens. You know what I mean? I'm very happy with this peace of mind and this balance. You know what I mean? I had to forgive a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of circumstances. I had to pray. 116. And God gave me the breakthrough. You know what I mean? So building, everything's good. You know what I mean? One day at a time, right? I look forward to so many things. And all I could do is just pray throughout the entire process. At the end of the day, that's all I could do is just pray. You know? I'm in the yacht club. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. You know? Sometimes people could say something to be hurtful, they have no idea. You know what I mean? It's not just about owning this franchise. I own the whole shopping center. I own the whole neighborhood. Most of the community. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean what people think it means. I was watching this clip from Will Motivation. Shout out to you, Will Motivation. Right? He just sold his building to his corporate office about the executive funding. He chose to purchase it, which is a smart thing. And he celebrated. You know, he's downsizing. It got to the point where only 2 people in his personnel were showing up because there was no need for anybody else to show up. I admire that. It made me think about a piece of real estate that I have by the Merrill Lynch, um, you know, building. And it just gave me ideas for new business opportunities. It didn't just motivate me, it inspired me. And I needed that because I see people like myself going through the same thing. Will Motivation is an example. Mauricio Ruiz is an example. There's a lot of people like that. And I feel that I failed to recognize that as a human being. So now that I realize that, I'm correcting myself and I'm giving those people their props. I know that I scare people. I'm very intense. Most people are soft, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga. Every morning I think about it. Every morning. Boy, she prays with me, works out with me, you know. We used to always have jokes, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that nigga's a soft, you know what I'm saying? And it's the truth. I was like Sonic the Hedgehog, he was like Knuckles. We were dynamic duo. Anybody else that chilled with us was like Tails, you know what I mean? Every once in a while you got characters like Chaos, which in the movie was played by Keanu Reeves. But it's the reality, like we built our company late 80s, early 90s. You know, for us to still be a business is something else, you know what I mean? To this day, my boy Jesus is my business partner. You know, any achievement that we reach, you already know his family, his children, his loved ones, his friends, his parents, everybody is going to be extremely well taken care of. You know what I mean? I look forward to that. That's a goal that I have in life. You know, I was looking at a Daytona SP3. I got a few of them for sale, but this was like a personal. I wanted this one for myself. And when I saw it, I said, not only do I have a few of them, but this car should go to his school because, you know, to his dad, to his son, because it's just not fair to be in a situation where we could negotiate and he's not here with us. You know what I mean? I don't talk about this, but every morning is one of those battles that I have to face. You know what I mean? Owning things doesn't mean the same. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you know, you understand finances, you understand building a future and legacy. That's why you're active in the sport, but you realize that that's not what's really important in life. You know what I mean? And I don't really talk about that. Probably would never talk about that again. But I just felt the inspiration to say that. Like this is what drives me. This is what motivates me every day to go hard every single day. You know what I mean? So every once in a while, God will balance and check and balance my books. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like a reset, but like a recess. Like a moment to just reflect. And what do you think about this? I feel that part of my growth was understanding that these people are going through things, and I speak a different language that they don't understand. I'm telling Mauricio, yo, you know, I just offered you over $10 million. Like, I'm a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I come from, that light bulb goes off immediately. But you know, I think he's afraid. I think nobody's ever offered him $10 million, like one on top of the other. Yo, here. And I don't want to keep making it public. I'm saying this publicly, like, yo, Mauricio, you gotta step it up, dude. The meeting that I'm gonna have on Wednesday is strictly about you. Just so you know, I called the meeting, so you're welcome to attend. As a matter of fact, I invite you to join the meeting, even if it's on Zoom. But what saddens me is that he has no idea that it could be so much more. It could be like 25 million. It could be like $50 million for a few phone calls and some emails and some hard work. What am I supposed to say? Shout out to Smee. Him and his wife went to Modena to go see the new 849 Testarossa. I get it. I'm not convinced. I think that car makes SF90 an instant classic. Um, Same thing, of course. I got F80s coming, so I can buy, sell Ferraris. But what's challenging for me is finding the meaning behind it. Like, I buy that car for my dad. You know what I'm saying? I buy that car for my brothers, my friends, business partners, stuff like that. I just don't see that. The F80 is for me. The SP3, that's me. The old school Testarossa, that's me. But if I did it you know, as an entrepreneur, I would get an SF90. There's too many of them going around for a good price. And to be honest, it's no longer about performance. It's about craftsmanship because the new Corvette delivers for a third of the price of the 849 Testarossa. So I'm finding balance and keeping busy with Team Chevrolet and Team Corvette, you know, Daytona International, you know what I mean? Which we do a lot of testing and stuff. I'm constantly engineering, constantly designing, constantly working on something, But every once in a while, it's good to just purge, to just let it be known. Yesterday was excellent. Today's gonna be even better. That's my new mentality. You know what I mean? It's definitely my new mentality. So part of me wants to take a moment to just disconnect, disengage. Part of me is like, let me not let anything distract me. Let me just stick to keeping track of all brick and mortar locations for my franchises, things like that, small businesses, big businesses, and investments. Just get busy in my portfolio. And that's where I found my comfort zone now. Again, I'm still in need of prayer. Like, I'm still in a prayer. I still got to talk to God about it before I make any decision. But, my intention is not to put pressure on people or change the dynamic of how they live their lives. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, God knows I don't have all the time in the world. So it's like, if the opportunity is here, why am I constantly going back to people's emotional state of minds or limitations? If I wasn't a doctor, if I wasn't a lawyer, if I wasn't an engineer, if I wasn't an entrepreneur, if I wasn't an artist, if I wasn't into real estate, franchise, product service, maybe I wouldn't look at it that way. But it's one of my superpowers. What can I do? These people are hurting. Like, I remember, and I always would give props to Eric Thomas. When he told me that, I kind of took offense to it because I was heading in a different direction in life. But I realized now what he meant back then. We're talking well over 14, 15 years ago. This is the beginning when he's about to take off, right? This is before I published my first book. And I realized that most people are not healed and they're not in the process of healing. And that's not even their interest because it's not even in the scope of their age. And only broken people break people. I've known that. I've written about that in my books and I've given plenty of world class real life examples, based on day to day data, But I really think that as big as this person's universe has been, or is, or even will be, they never realized that somebody like me could come along and say, yo, Ready Player One, that's a good movie, man. More people need to really watch that movie with an open heart and just explore opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Just explore potential, you know what I mean? So I think I want to leave everything nice, short, sweet, and simple. I think I want to continue my hydration so that I can get to my workout. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm gonna check on my other businesses on the way, but still, it's a lot. You know what I mean? Also, never underestimate the power of prayer, man, because I just pray for wisdom and clarity, and I handle the rest. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could ask God for too much more in life. So I'm grateful and I'm appreciative even for this moment. And I'm happy that my day started the way that it did, where I get to reflect. And that's what I needed. I needed my sabbatical. I needed to just disconnect. And as soon as my office is open, it's just meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. I don't even want to take meetings for right now. I'm probably going to wait until November. So I'm going to not close my offices, but close access to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to go on the net and raise the prices just so that I can avoid people just reaching out all the time 24/7. Um, catalog is crazy, the new albums are crazy, the new producers crazy, everything's just fire. And those are the things that I'm gonna be working on once again. Even that, you know what I mean? But overall, just moving forward, that's the most important thing. So without further ado, I got no love for y'all, no respect, but I gotta let you guys go. And we'll see you on the next one. And we'll be back at the yacht club in a few minutes. Peace and blessings be with you. May you have an amazing day today. May you conquer everything in your path. May everything that you touch turn into solid gold bars and silver bars and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite and laboratory diamonds. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. Happen to me. For a fact it's going to happen to you. See you in the video. God bless everybody.